So it seems like one of the dynamics here is that as you're creating more content and more media that you're sending out to to customers, to consumers, you need a more integrated approach across these multiple channels, which seems like a challenge. And this is something that is built into the model that you've worked on. Tell us about that.
Well, for a decade, we've tried to establish the idea that an integrated approach to management and marketing and communication is superior to a, well, let's just say, disintegrated approach. One of the phenomena that seems so obvious from this conference and so valuable to us is the aspiration and the growth of the number of new channels that will be open. And so we heard time after time after time about new ways to reach out. And that's not just an easy catch. You have to figure out how those coordinate with all the other marketing and communication activities you do. I think it's what's also a takeaway for this audience for Orthopedic Society, so different from the other organizations in the country, is that rather than only talk about the brand and the consumer, to talk about all the other stakeholders and how crucial it is that we use these new powers, these new techniques, these new outreach methods to reach those groups. This is truly a breaking point in a new century for new science, for some degree of robotics inserted into our brains and our lives to make our communication perhaps heard and then understood.
Mm-hmm. Right. And also it seems like managing that communication through increasing complexity and having a central model, a way of structure, a way of thinking about it is going to simplify that overall process.
Well, everybody should follow a model of some form, and I think even in the middle of chaos, as we talked about in our panel today, there's still a model. The model may be called the chaos model, but I think to the degree that the new model, although I think it's a year old, so maybe not as new as we think it is.
The evolving model.
The evolving model, thank you, very good phrase, allows us to then look at where we can hang our hat, hang our Twitters, our tweets, our messages, and so it gives you a chance to organize the next big thing that comes along in communication, and not just assume that that's Gutenberg's press. Right. See how it fits into our model, our organization.
Yeah, because we're going to have new technologies coming, whether it's Gutenberg's Pinterest or Gutenberg's Vine.
They're flying at us like nobody's business, and my students and companies like Foursquare are inventing these on a daily basis. So this is probably the best time in the world to be going for continuing education, if nothing else.